Hello friends, we are going to look at a video of my flight from Miami International Airport to PIARCO International Airport in Trinidad. And if you notice, I have a new opening. I don't have my usual intro. I'm just going straight to the video. And I'm going to start that new way of processing my videos, so you'll see that difference. So right now we're in Miami International Airport, MIA. And we are taxiing out. I'm on a Caribbean Airlines flight. I have a window seat, as you can see, and I'm recording this in 5.3K resolution, which is a very high resolution. If you have a television, a big TV, then you'll be able to see the quality of the resolution while you're viewing. Those on a phone may also see it, but not as much. If you can, always try to watch my videos on a big screen TV. It is a big difference. So taxiing out means that the plane is basically getting out of its parked position and heading for the runway. It's a slow process, but I like to keep it real. Right now I have the video actually speeded up slightly so that this process could happen a little faster. Something in this video you'll also see that is new is I will have a counter on the top right. You could see it counting down right now. That counter is telling you and me when I can talk. Because some of this video, I'm just going to leave the natural sounds. You'll hear the hum of the plane as it flies. And that is kind of relaxing. At least it's relaxing for me. It can be relaxing for other people too. So you'll be able to hear when or not hear when I finish speaking. Because that counter will go to 0. And then the natural sounds will come in. And then the counter will start back again when I do start to talk. So I'll be coming in and out during the process of this video. In the beginning, we are just going to leave Miami Airport, take off, fly over Florida a bit into the ocean, and then I'm going to fade out into coming into Trinidad. So it's not like I'm recording the entire flight. Although I did take some footage of in between of the entire flight, but that's for other videos. So how have you been? As far as me, I've been very busy trying to make things happen almost in an impossible, challenging world with challenging circumstances. But I'm grateful for your support in coming to JB's Man Cave and watching. So while we are watching this, I'm going to address some things. Those of you who are fans of JB's Man Cave will be interested. Some of the things that I'm doing, and some of the things that questions that I often get as the channel grows. You could, one of the things that I note is a lot of people jump on some of my videos and sort of feel they have JB's Man Cave all figured out, in that they understand what it's about and so forth. But I can see by the questions they ask, the things they say and whatnot, they just don't understand what JB's Man Cave is. So in case you don't know, JB's Man Cave is a collection of real videos about real life stuff that I like, really, but also appeals to others. It's a man cave, and I think people forget that this is JB's Man Cave. And a man cave is usually a place in the house dedicated to whatever appeals to the man. So in this case, these are videos that appeals to me. Things that I like, traveling, other countries, maybe some sports here and there, entertainment issues, social issues. If for instance I was to invite you into my man cave, the process of playing a game or doing whatever, having a drink, we would talk about certain things. And the man cave is sort of like that. We're addressing certain issues, taking in certain things and whatnot. So it's JB's Man Cave. I think a lot of people see a couple of videos and they think, oh, this is a tourist channel, or this is a channel about a certain country or a certain issue, and it's not. One of the issues that comes up is the way that YouTube shows videos. They don't really emphasize the homepage of a channel. So especially if you're on a phone, you don't see that too well as you would on a desktop or on a big screen TV. YouTube emphasizes individual videos from a channel rather than the channel as a whole or holistically. So what happens is somebody may see one video. So for instance, you may see a video of me covering an event in the FIFA World Cup and think my whole channel is about FIFA or sports, and it's not. By the way, I have road trips coming up, and this Pity Valley video still has not reached 10,000 views yet. I think it's hovering somewhere around 7,000 at the moment. But if you want to see another road trip, long road trip in Trinidad, then make sure to watch the Pity Valley video. In doing so, you hasten or speed up the next video that's going to come out. And then conducting a poll recently, it seems like most people want to see the Belmont video. Yep. I actually have a lot of footage already recorded, so it's not like I now have to go and do it. I'm just waiting for you guys to make that Pity Valley video 10,000 views. So going back to what I was saying, YouTube does not emphasize the main channel, but as you can see from this image that's coming up here of my homepage as it is right now, you'll see that I have a variety of videos covering different things, and that's what the man cave is about. It's different things. It's not just one thing or one country. People kind of get wrapped into that. Some of the videos covering Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, maybe some pets, maybe some issues, maybe some sports, Messi, FIFA, some vehicles, some interesting contraption, fruits, food. Nobody comes together and starts talking about just one thing and they stick with that one thing and never talk about anything else. And that's what JB's Man Cave is like. Basically, you come, we meet, you come on my channel, we talk about different things. So that's the unique thing about my channel too. You don't know what to expect. If you just come in for one thing, you'll be isolating yourself really. However, I do have playlists about that. Let's take in some real songs.
cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
I just love takeoffs. I don't know about you, but the exhilaration and the feeling of being lifted in the air above everything, the power of the plane, the science and physics behind it. I just love it. Not to mention the aerial view. So you get to see, in this case, Florida from an angle that you wouldn't otherwise. Looking at all the buildings below, all the architecture, design, the layout, the structure, the infrastructure. It's really nice to look at. You can see Florida is a nice place to live, at least these areas that we're going over. However, they do get bombarded by hurricanes and lots of rain and flooding, so there's always some drawback, right? In the background a bit you can hear the captain talking. He was talking a lot about various policies, flying, etc. So that's what you're hearing in the background. I'm just going to talk to you for the next minute or so, and then I'll go back to natural songs, so you'll hear the hum on the plane, and I will join you back when we are going or getting ready to land in PIARCO, Trinidad. The weather wasn't as nice, but good enough that we could still pick up some stuff, and by that time it was around 6 o'clock. So, the sun was starting to go down. But it's really nice to capture places from above. One of the things that people also come to my channel about as it grows is some of them figure I should only show the niceties of things, of places. But again, people misunderstand what my channel about. JB's Man Cave is the raw things as they are, not things as people want to deny or believe it's otherwise, create an illusion and so forth. No, this is the real life, and a lot of people appreciate that, and that's who I cater for. So I'll check you back in a little while. So we are back again, or I am back again, and I'll be with you for the remaining time until we land. So right now we're starting our descent to Trinidad. I don't know if you can tell, but probably if you're on a big screen, you can already see the green underneath, houses and stuff. I'm not exactly sure where we are in particular. I am guessing that this might be Paramin. That area could be Maracas, but I think more it looks like Paramin to me. At some point, we'll also go over St. Anne's, Cascade area. You'll see the savannah and so forth. The lower we descend, the more you'll see clouds, but these clouds will disperse in a little bit, and you'll begin to see more of Trinidad. The flight itself is around 3.5 hours. It seems to be faster, or at least it was for me, coming from Miami to Trinidad, and is Trinidad to Miami. Trinidad to Miami is around 4 hours. So there we are. You can see the president's house below, the prime minister's residence too, with that blue pool, and of course that's the savannah, the big green area. The odd looking shape like a spaceship is called Napa. That's where they have music, theater, and whatnot shows. This is Port of Spain proper we're looking at too. You can see the port of Port of Spain below, and the rest of the east. As you can see, it's like I mentioned earlier, it's a cloudy day. The sun is going down, and the lighting isn't very good because it's around 6 after 6 now, but still good enough that you can capture Trinidad. Now the brown water that's coming out from the area known as Carney, which is a swamp area, and as we turn towards the east, you get more of Port of Spain to your top left of your screen, and you can see all the mountains. One of the things I really like about Trinidad is seeing the mountains. You know, sometimes you go to different parts of the world or other areas of the country and you don't see many mountains, it's all flat. But I like to see the mountains. The mountains also act as a good marker for your location. Flying with Caribbean Airlines for me is usually a good experience. I can't say that I really encountered any drama. I know in the past they used to have delays and stuff. My flights with them of recent, I didn't have any delays, and they were quite accommodating in certain regards, and it was alright. I like it. Now below is the Carney swamp again. The places that are cut out are actually parts of a tour where you could go down. You could, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some swamp boats down there. And around this time is actually when they would look for this a bird called the scarlet ibis. It comes to roost in the swamp, and it comes on certain islands, and it can make the whole island turn red from all these scarlet ibis birds that are there. Up ahead would be the interchange, and then this would be the highway from north to south. You can see it below. There was a lot of rains, so you can see how flooded the farmlands are. Right now we're going over farmland, and you can see that the water has just overtaken it. Around here would be Curab. Up ahead, that is near to the mountain, St. Augustine, and all those areas. When you see all this farmland, it makes you wonder why isn't there a greater amount of food production, isn't it? Because there are farmlands up ahead too. If you haven't been to Trinidad in a while, then this experience right here would be very, very exhilarating for you. You know, you'll be in anticipation of maybe meeting your friends, family, getting to see Trinidad once again. So we're getting very close to the airport, and we're gonna touch down shortly. This is the part that most people dread, and in some ways are glad for, because that means the flight is over. The landing in this case was pretty good. That's the airport up ahead. It's small. I remember back in the day, we used to get a lot of planes going in and out of Trinidad. Not so much anymore. And flights are kind of bundled together. Sometimes, you know, I remember when I was young, you could get flights at different times throughout the day. But now it's like all the flights are either in the morning and all the flights are at night. Nothing in between. Not always, but I'm just saying in general. And so making connecting flights also is a real challenge, because sometimes you can't get a flight that coordinates with a place that you're coming. Like if you're going to another destination, it's really hard. Sometimes you have to overnight or do odd hours in order to make it happen. Look at that beautiful sunset in the distance. I like how the sky goes from orange to white to blue to dark blue. There's so many colors there. Right now everybody would be hustling to get their belongings together and stuff. One of the dread things about passing through PIARCO is that usually you end up in a line. When I went to Miami, it was like a breeze. I just went straight up. There was like 2 or 3 people ahead of me. They have lots of custom officers there ready, but they don't seem to have as many custom officers ready to serve you in PIARCO. So you end up getting delayed, especially if there's a customer that is irate or giving trouble or whatever it have you. You know, that delays the process. And when I was coming in this trip, that actually happened a few times. You know, the people don't want to be their bags to be checked, and they don't want this and they don't want that. But you know, that's actually part of the process. So I don't know why they fight the inevitable. If the custom officer tells you he wants to see your bags, this is how it is. It's their right to tell you they want to see it. But people rather stand up there and fight and argue and get angry, and in the end they still have to show their bags. Makes no sense. You're just delaying everybody else. What do you think? Tell me in the comments area about that. Have you had that experience where you're trying to get out of the airport and there's just people who are being troublesome, trying to get a bag or customs or whatever have you? I hope you enjoyed this trip. I hope you liked JB's Man Cave, like this video, let other people know. It's all appreciated towards the growth of my channel, which is growing very fast of late as more and more people come to know about JB's Man Cave. And yet still there are a lot of people who are now discovering JB's Man Cave and all that there is to offer. With more than 2,000 videos, you have lots to see from all over the world. A lot of fan submissions, people who have recorded stuff for me, sent it in. They want their stuff to be part of JB's Man Cave. That's appreciated. I'd like to thank all those who donate and take the time to give monetarily towards the work that I do. It does take quite an effort and time. You won't believe the amount of time that is consumed by creating these videos. And this channel is all about helping my sons. If you don't know why I created this channel, try looking at the about section of YouTube, or you can go to my site jbmancave.com or jboard.com and learn more about why there's a JB's Man Cave in the first place. This is not being done as fun or a hobby. It has a true purpose behind it. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.